Welcome to this platform. So in this video, I just want us to solve trigonometric equations. But before we do that, let us have a look at one of the things that you should know before we go into solving the equation. Or what is that thing that you need to know, or what makes it difficult? Because majority have had a lot of people requesting for this part, which means that majority, they find it challenging. Now, where is it challenging? So before we even start answering question, let us have a look at this diagram that is right here. So this diagram is showing three trigonometric ratios, that is cosine, sine, and tan, okay, in different quadrants. So these parts, this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4. So these are quadrants. Now, one thing that you should know is that in the first quadrant, which is this one, okay, in the first quadrant, all the ratios are positive, okay, so all of them are positive. Then in the second one, only sine is positive, as you can see, which means these other two are negative. In the third one, only tan is positive, cosine and sine are negative. In the fourth one, tan is negative, sine is negative, only cos is positive. We are going to see the importance of this as we are given the as we look at the questions, okay, so that is very important. So now if you are asked the question to find, let's say to solve the equation that is involving sine, and of course maybe in the range of the angles, or is positive, where do you pick the answer? So let me just give an example so that we can understand this one very well. So the first equation that we are going to solve, we are going to consider this one. So solve the equation cos theta is equals to 0.937. These examples I'm just getting from the past papers, of which the angles range from 0 degree to 360 degree, okay. So that is the range of angles that we are given. So we are asked to solve the equation. Now, how do we solve the equation here? So the first part, if you are going to solve the equation, you are going to consider this part, cos. Okay, you're finding the angle. So the angle theta is going to be theta is equals to cos. You just punch on your calculator inverse. Then that number, 937. Then of course you punch equal to. And this one, if you punch, is giving me, it is giving me, let me just punch. So shift on the calculator, then you punch cos 0.3. Is it 0.3? That is 0.9937. It is giving me 20.4 in one decimal place, okay. See, 20.4, 20.5 degree. So that is the angle that I found for theta. Now here, what they are asking you, look at this, this part is positive. The one that you are given here, it is positive. So they are asking you to find the solutions in this range where cosine is positive. That is something that you should know. So where cosine is positive. So cosine is positive in the first part. And when you find the angle that you find for the first part, this angle is in the first quadrant. As you can see, 20 degree, because here the angles from 0 to 90. So it is within this first part. So this form part of the solution. Then now you're going to look at another quadrant where cosine is positive. Where else is cosine positive? So it happened that cosine is also positive in this quadrant. So now, this angle that you found, we can say is alpha. Okay, so the angle that we found is alpha. So in the first quadrant, the angle or the reference angle is if the range that you have is starting from 0, is part of the solution. In other words, alpha that you find is equals to theta. So just put it the way it is. So since the range is starting from 0, this one we're going to consider is as part of the what? The solution. So in the fourth quadrant, to find the angle theta for cosine, you are going to say 360 minus the angle that you found, which is the reference angle. So we're subtracting 360. I hope you've gotten the correction there. So 360 minus 20.5, and it's giving me 339.5 degree. So these are the solution to the question. So what are the steps? So you find the angle of the question that you are given. Luckily this one is just given in decimals, but others you have to divide and to do all that. Then take note of the range where you are picking your angle. So it's from 0 up to 360, and you are picking where cosine is positive, and that is in the first one. So which means the one that you find is part of the solution. Then of course also you pick in the fourth quadrant where it is positive, and that is by subtracting 360 minus the angle that you found, which is the reference angle. Okay, I hope that one you've gotten it. So let us look at the second question that we can answer here. Okay, so for the second question, we are going to go for tan. So let me give this question. So solve the equation. Solve the equation. 2 tan theta is equals to -3. Okay, so also the range for this one you are given from 0 degree up to 180. Okay, so how do we work out this one? So we are going to get the equation that we are given. 2 tan theta is equals to -3. We divide this side 2, we divide this side 2. So don't divide tan, divide 2, divide 2. So we are remaining with tan theta is equals to -3 over a 2. Okay, so to find the angle, we are going to say theta is equals to tan inverse, then -3 over 2. So what is it giving us? Okay, so now for this one, the way you treat it, you are just going to consider the positive one. Then of course I'll guide as we go on, because when we punch, let's say -3 divide a 2, it will give us -1.5. If we say shift, then we write tan is going to give us -56. So we consider the positive one. We just consider the positive one. I'll explain what the negative means. So you're going to say shift, then tan, then 1.5, just the positive one. It is giving me 56. Okay, it is giving me 56. So now 56.3. So this is giving me 56.3 degree as the theta. So this one, like I said, is the first angle that you find, which is alpha, or the reference angle, or let me just say reference angle 56.3 degree. Now, when there's a negative here, they are telling you that find the solution where tan is negative within this range that you are given, from 0 to 180. Now, from 0 to 180, and of course, this one should determine also how many solutions do you need. So from 0 to 180, this is 180. So the whole of this part where tan is negative, you find that tan is negative in the second, in this quadrant. We cannot go beyond here because it's up to 180. So tan is negative here. Now, here, how do you find the angle? You say theta is equals to 180 minus the reference angle. Okay, so this one is not part of a solution. Instead, we are going to say theta is equals to 180 minus the angle that you found. So 180 minus 56.3 degree. So if you subtract 180 minus 56.3, you are going to find 123.7 degree as the answer. So this is the answer for the second question. I guess you've gotten that. Okay. Let us have a look at another question. We have a look at another question. So solve the equation. So for solve the equation, I'll just dictate. Okay, I'll just write the question. So solve the equation. 5 cos theta is equals to 3. So how do you solve the equation? Now, the range that you are given of angles that you need is from 0 degree to 180 degree. That is the range that you are given. So to solve this equation, that is 5 in front, cos theta is equals to 3. So you divide 5. So cos theta is equals to 3 divide 5. So 3 divide 5, 0.6. So you're going to find 0.6. So theta is equals to cos inverse 0.6. Shift on the calculator and make sure that your calculator is in degree. Then you punch cos, then equal to. I'm getting 53.1. I don't know if that is what you've gotten. 53.1. So theta is equals to 53.1 degree. Now, looking at the question, we are getting the answers where cos is positive in this range and cos is positive in the first one. So theta is equals to the angle that you find, the reference angle. So this is the answer here. Okay. Let us have a look at another question. Perhaps you look at a different one, maybe the one that has negative sign. We consider maybe the one that has negative sign. So let me say, solve the equation. Let's say 3 sine equal to negative 2. So to solve this one, so in the range 0 degree to, let me put up to 360. I'm just guessing this question. So let us see if it works. So now we are going to say 3 sine equal to, sine theta, this one was supposed to be sine theta, please, is equals to negative 2. So divide 3. So sine theta is equals to 2 divide 3. What is 2 divide 3? 2 divide 3. It's giving me 0.666666. Now this one, so negative 0.666. Okay. So to find theta is equals to sine inverse. Now we are going to consider the positive one. Then what it means that we need to get the solutions where sine is negative. So shift sine, I hope it will work. So it has given me 41.8. 41.8 degree. So theta is equals to 41.8. Now, what we are given here is where sine is negative. That is where we are getting the solution in this range. Okay? So sine is negative here and here. So in the third and the fourth. And how do you find theta in the third? We add 180. So the reference angle that you found, which is this one, so theta is equals to 180 plus 41.8. Then also in the third one, in the fourth one, we are going to say 360 minus 41.8. So what we are going to find are the solution. So the first one minus, well, that is plus 180. So it is giving me 210. So this one is giving me 210. is it 210.8? 210.8 degree. Then this one 360 minus 41.8, it is giving me 318.2 degree. Okay, so these are the answers. I guess you've gotten something here. Then let us end by looking at tan. When tan is negative, so the question is, solve the equation. Solve the equation. So this is 180. So solve the equation. 15 tan theta is equals to, let me say, negative 14. So divide 15. So tan theta is equals to 14 divide 15. We are finding 0.9333 recurring. So to find theta is equals to tan inverse 0.933. So it is negative, but we are going to pick a positive part. Then of course we are going to get the solution from where tan is negative. Okay, so what are we getting here? Shift tan equal to, so I'm getting 43.0 degree. Okay, that is what I've gotten. Now let us go where tan is negative. So tan is negative in the second one. Have we been given the range? We haven't. So let me just put a range. So from 0 degree to let me say to 180 degree. So that is where we're going to pick where tan is negative. Now tan is negative only in the second quadrant here within the range of 180. So it's only here. And for there to get the answer, we subtract 180. So we're going to say theta is equals to 180 minus what is the 43.0 degree. And this one we are going to find minus 180. So that is 136.9, which is 137.0 degree. Okay, so that is what we found. So that is how you basically answer or solve trig equations. I guess you've picked something. So for those that are writing next year, please, if you are interested for online lessons, you can join us. The number to call or WhatsApp is 0976 402563. Preparation start now. And in case you are not aware or get to tell someone, registration for 2025 GCE start November 1. So please, it's a time for you to make a decision. And those that are writing November school certificate, all the best. Those that are writing IGCSE, also Cambridge next year GCSE, you are free also to join us. You can still get in touch on the same number. Otherwise, see you in the next one.